Welcome to Portugal and to the magnificent Riviera of Cascais for the 24th HM King Juan Carlos Regatta. Hosted by the Club Naval de Cascais, the world's best dragon sailors were preparing for the second leg of the Full Regatta 2019 European Cup Series.
Here we are in Cascais, beautiful Cascais, Portugal. It's the 24th edition of the King Juan Carlos Trophy. It's also the second leg of the European Dragon Cup. The first one was in Cannes last month, this is the second. We have at least 12 nations represented, nearly 30 boats in total, and the racing will be for 4 days, 2 races a day over the next 4 days. Great weather forecast, we're all looking forward to it.
A number of new faces were in Portugal joining the fleet for this second leg. They included Britain's Reni Miller, one of the most experienced sailors but a debutant on the Dragon European Cup 2019.
This is our first major regatta with Team Dignity. We've raced in other regattas and other boats, but here with the Dragons in Cascais, we're loving it. The competition is tough, but the social on the club is excellent and the organisation is fantastic.
Also amongst the participants was Charlotte ten Vold from the Netherlands. Coming from a family with a strong dragon tradition, she was pairing up with her sister Juliet, Yankee Holan and the experienced Francisco Rebelo de Andrade. They were in Portugal fresh from a 7th place finish at the 2019 Dragon World Championships in Fremantle, Australia.
We're very excited to be here in Cascais. Started sailing with my dad, but now I sail with 3 women crew and Chico. And we're very excited to be here. The weather is great. It's a very tough competition, which makes it even more fun to participate in this King Juan Carlos trophy. And yeah, we're ready to do our best out on the water.
The Scarborough Project continued their involvement in dragon fleets. This time it was Yarvan Knight, Jessie Apoku Ware and Jaden Owusu, the youngest crew members who were representing the team. 5 days ago they'd never sailed a dragon, but with the help of their coach Martin Evans, they improved with each day's racing.
So my name is Martin and I'm sailing with the Scarborough Project. We're here in Cascais for the Dragon event, and this is the first time that these guys have sailed these boats. So it's a really big challenge for them. They're from North London, from a school where most kids don't get the opportunity to go sailing. So it's really an amazing opportunity for them to come to Portugal. 1, just to come to Portugal, 2, to go sailing, and 3, in such an amazing fleet against all of these past champions and professional sailors. The great thing about sailing with the boys is that they are really fresh and really new. They've only been sailing for a year, some of them less. So to sail the Dragon, it's a really technical boat, is a big challenge.
The Dragon class is ready to celebrate its 90th anniversary. It's a class with a great heritage as well as having a promising future. Dragon regattas include professional, experienced sailors who race alongside Corinthians and youngsters. The Honorary Commodore Patrick Monteiro, who himself has a great history sailing dragons, was in Cascais for the event and is excited about the future of the class.
The Dragon class is going to celebrate 90 years. It is one of the oldest classes in the sailing world. It was launched originally in Norway, and then it became an Olympic class. Contrary to many classes who lose activity, the Dragon class maintained and grew up quite substantially. And over the years, it has been by far the one design keelboat class with the highest number of boats built. The class is present all over the world, and it has an extremely high level of competition. because you have now quite a few top professionals who are involved in the class, and the competition level has gone up tremendously. The Dragon, it's a family boat. I mean, you have a lot of crews where you have the father and the son, you have young kids, and nowadays we start to see, as the Olympic program is changing, we start to see a lot of young, able sailors, coming from the Laser or the 470, who are very keen about joining the Dragon. We now have, as an example, 6 or 7 young men that came from the Laser or the 470. You have some English teams that are also present, and we can see younger people coming to the class, which is a very good sign.
4 days of racing took place on the Bravo Bay and on the Alpha course. With the winds gusting from 8 up to 28 knots, the conditions were ever changing, making the racing very tactical. With consistency hard to find, there were 6 different winners of the 6 races sailed. Heading into the final deciding day, many crews were still in with a chance of claiming the trophy.
So we have a very exciting Juan Carlos trophy here in Cascais, and before the last day we have still 5 persons who can win the whole regatta, because we had very strong competition field here, and 6 races, 6 different winners. And this regatta is one of the legs of the European Cup, and the finals will be in Palma in November. But before that, there will be highlight of the season. It will be a 90 years Jubilee regatta in San Remo, and I invite all the Dragon sailors to attend this exciting event.
The penultimate regatta of the event only brought the fleet closer together, making the 8th and final race all the more important. Off the starting line, Grant Gordon got the upper hand early on, and sailing hard, the boat managed to defend its lead and cross the finish line first, taking the regatta victory. Behind them, there was a monumental battle for the remaining podium places. Harima did everything possible and crossed the line in 2nd place, but with Stenbeck hot on his heels, it wasn't quite enough.
It was great to be back in Cascais with the team, Louise Racing Team, here in the Grand Prix, the Juan Carlos Cup. And the week got off to a good start. We got to the top of the leaderboard, but then we faced some snakes and ladders, and we dropped down. We had a black flag, as you know, yesterday. And so coming into today, it was really a day to fight hard. It was great to finish a regatta with these wonderful conditions, these Cascais conditions, and we're very proud and honored to be in the company of so many sailors who before have won this trophy. So very pleased.
After the racing, the prize-giving ceremony took place. The winners weren't the only ones acknowledged, with many key people honoured for their contribution to the Dragon class. It was an appropriate night in celebration to end another successful event. Once again, Vasily Senatorov invited everyone to the 90th anniversary regatta for the Dragon class, where another great page of history for the Dragon class would be made.